Boy, E's live in effect without the BS. And I got a little bit of BS on this game, and I have to say that is my fault. Very. On one of my last videos, I said if you start a new game as a new player, find a server that has a star next to it. The servers with a star next to it give you extra XP, and if you combine that with other things, you can get a super boost in your XP for leveling. Well, what happens when you overlevel, like I am? All kinds of all kinds of bad things happen when you overlevel. One, the game has a system that syncs you to the level of the mission. Now, if you overlevel, you're going to get a whole bunch of skills that, when you're doing the open world, it's just beautiful. You're doing all your combos, you got the flow going with all your skills, and then you do a dungeon. And that flow that you had with all the skills, you go numb and the game just dies. Because for me as a new player, even though I've been playing for a couple of weeks now, I had to stop. This whole week I didn't play. But I had to make a video because I wanted to come back to it just to push this grind to get to level 70 missions. Each DLC that you reach has a level cap. Not you. Your level cap is 80 or 90. But the game forces you to stop at each DLC. So if you overlevel, if the max cap of the DLC, like the last one, Heaven's Ward, the level cap of Heaven's Ward is 60. But if you go past 60, and where I stopped at 70, because it won't go anymore, the bar at the bottom, level 70, the bar changes colors and it stops. And every mission that you do there, you see that you're getting all this experience, but you don't get any of it. You just get the money. And sometimes, most of the time, the money is trash at this point for some reason. The missions they giving me, the money is trash. But they give me tons of experience because of that star bonus. That doesn't apply to me because I'm over leveled. I reached the cap of that DLC. As a new player, this game does not tell you that there's a level cap for each DLC. It just tells you the level cap. It doesn't even tell you where the level caps are. It just gives you level per mission. So you would think, oh man, I'm level 60. That means this level 62 mission will be a little tougher. But if you're already past level 2, going, level 62, you're going back down to 62 to do that mission, and then you lose the flow of all your combat skills. Since you got so many, I'm sorry, I'm about to say this, there's too many motherfucking skills. But once you learn the combo of the skills, you can kind of get a flow that, some content creator says it's muscle memory. You can go through that. No, it's not. As a new player, you're constantly looking at that damn bar for your timer to go all the way around so you can make your next attack. Who wants to make a mental count like, okay, hit the button, 1, 2, 3, 4, move around for attacks, 5, 6, and you gotta count all the way up to 30 before you get the next button. So it's like, what the fuck? So how can you keep an eye on all that? You can just randomly push skills like I do, and so far it's working. I know Paladin and everybody has a different move set and cooldown sets, but you know what? If you're over leveled, none of that matters. Just spam buttons and everything just dies. And since I'm a Paladin, no one can kill me. Since I'm level 70, I got level 70 gear, but I'm getting synced down to level 60. Nothing hurts me. I don't care what it can be on. I've done hard. I never died on hard or extreme matches on dungeons. I just don't die. No balls can do enough damage to kill me. The game is dead to me right now. It is so boring. Yes, you get so-called synced down, but you only get synced down in your skills. your armor don't get synced down. If it does, it's not synced down enough because, like I said, I can't die. I just stand there, and it's like, I'm a tank. Hey, everybody, look at me, you know. And then I got, of course, when you got multiple tanks, the opposite tank would, try to take aggro from you. And when they take aggro from you, oh shoot, I'm perfect. I just keep on spamming all my buttons because I don't need a pattern. I don't need one because it's I don't need one, and I don't like that about the game. I wish the game would tell you that each DLC has its own level cap. But maybe it did. I just didn't realize that every mission was level 60, level 61. That means I'm supposed to be level 60. So if you ever get an XP bonus that's way too big, stop. Stop and decide, is the story worth going through 90 to 100 missions at a low level like I am right now? I was fine being level 60 and overcapped for Heaven's Ward. Yes, you don't learn any new skills. Nothing is new happening to you because you already got level 60 gear. And the only reason why the only way to get the level gear for you, because the MSQ is always under you, you have to use the market and buy all your gear. You gotta use the market and buy all your gear. And that makes it another problem that, you gotta find money. And when you're overcapped, most of these MSQs don't give you a lot of money. And these guys in the market are overselling all the items. And nothing you can do about it because you can either buy level 60 gear or you can save the money like I have and just buy all level 70 gear. So with that in mind, I think overleveling is the worst thing you can do with this game. The best thing to do is find a server that does not have any extra XP and take the long grind head on. It's probably going to be a lot shorter. Like, I have a second character that's on the US server, and I have my UK server which had the bonus, which I'm playing right now. So again, I'm at a point, like, I'm in the Shadowbringers DLC. This DLC is boring, and I already counted how many missions I got left. I got 83 missions left. So I got 83 missions of hell. Again, this is killing me. 83 missions of hell. Heaven's War, I thought that was long, but that was about 70 missions. And then, of course, the beginning of the game is about 100 and something missions. It is crazy. And then if you go online to try to talk to somebody about any of this, they all have the same problem. Oh, overleveling is fine because it'll sink you down back to the other one. That's not giving me a challenge, so sinking me down is making me bored. Or they'll say, oh, don't worry about overleveling. You can just make a second class and do that. What if you don't want to do any of the second classes? That's where the game comes into it's dead. You die. Like you're not like you as a character over level die. Your emotions towards the game dies because you don't feel like going through more of the grind when you can't make any kind of progression. You're progressing through the story, but you as a character is never getting any stronger. So it is boring as hell. Like, oh my God, is it boring as hell. But again, I want to push through because the only reason why I want to push through is just to get the last 4 skills. That's it. That's all I want. But you can't get there. Well, at least I can't get there till the 80 more missions. And then I can finally get at least this one after 83. I gotta get 2 more levels or whatever. I mean, 3 or 4 more missions because of the XP bonus. And then I'll be able to get 74. I can get 3 or 4 levels within 2 missions. Like every other mission I get a level. Like every 4 levels is mostly like 9 missions, 8 missions, and then you're already at that level. It is too much experience that you get from these sites, from these bonuses. Very, 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 very trash system for someone who's jumping in, didn't do any research about it, because I don't like knowing other people's opinion about the game until I have my own, because other people's opinion will taint yours. You notice that with all games in the last like 5, 6 years. Everyone puts an emotional attention to it, other people follow, and then the game is either it just drops. And like, because PC players love using Twitch streams and the other stream site that you get all your computer games from. They love to use those as the metric, as the so-called quote unquote metric for all gamers. It's like everybody hates it, when there's only like this one group on that site that hates it. It's not everybody. It's only those people who will decide to just trash the game. Like Diablo 4. Everybody attack, attack, attack. Because two people started attacking. They were popular YouTubers. And then everybody heard what they said. And they say, well, if it's bad, let me see. And then they say, well, let me just agree with this guy. And the game came down when it came to popularity. Even though the game is good, it came down because of all the hate press that was not necessary. There are games, yes, that are necessary, that you gotta put attention to it, that is bad, but people need to say, in my opinion, because most people don't think of their opinion. They think it's everybody's opinion. They say everybody hates it because I said this. That's not how games work. This is an example. This game here. I started playing. I met some people. They told me it was good. Just keep playing. It gets better. But it has so many get good, drop. Get good, drop to the ground. Get good, and then it just falls. And right now, I'm at a part where it fell so hard that I don't care about the MSQ anymore, even though I have to do it to get to the level cap of the next season or next DLC. I don't know what it's called, Storm something. I don't know. I was keeping the track of where I'm at, but only thing I want to keep track of is how many more missions I got left to do. That's it, because I don't really care anymore. When you lose me on progression, oh my God, it's like, what do you do? Well, keep continuing the story. No, I don't want to continue a boring story. See, look how much experience points. Oh, I missed it. But you see how much experience point I got? I got 100K. That is way too much experience. Way too much of a bonus. And then I get even the more bonus of another, like, what, 5% from eating this food. And then you get another, 30, you get 5% for food. And then this ring, earring here gives you an extra 30%. So you got 35% extra on top of the 100K that you're getting from each mission. Man, over leveling kills the game. For me as a new player, because people don't like to say for me. Everyone wants to make their opinion everybody else's opinion. I guess hate draws more views on YouTube and Twitch than actual positives. That's what it seems like. In the last 5 years, like I said, gamers have been going crazy with their opinions and try to force them on other people. So that's all I really had to say about over leveling. This game, it kills all kinds of flow over leveling when the story gets boring. Definitely these little mini quests to even get to a progressive story, like the actual story. You gotta do all these little fetch quests. And this, like I said in the very first video I made about this game, this is a fetch quest game. It's all you doing. Go get this, bring it back. Go get this, bring it back. Even though they're like right next to each other. They could have done it them damn selves. You gotta do it. But that is most games. That is true. Can't get overly mad about it. A lot of games do that. But why? You don't have to. They didn't do that back in the 90s, early 2000 games. PS2, they didn't make you go through all this shit. You know what I'm saying? It make you go through all this as soon as online gaming came around, aka computer gamers. Sorry, I play computer games too, but man, the how annoying people can get on that side of the field is just crazy. But hey, whatever floats your boat. If it's fun to you, play it. I'm never going to stop someone from having fun. If that's your preferred medium, do it. Because there are a lot of good games that people are missing because of the PC. They're all gravitating towards whatever else people say is positive, and there's a lot of hidden gems on console and on PC that people are missing. People are missing out. But hey, that's how gaming works these days, and nothing you can really do about it. You know, when I was working at Microsoft, man, we talked about this kind of thing, like how gamers can be easily manipulated on any situation when it comes to gaming. You know, because for some reason people think a trailer these days is the game. No one thought that back in the day. Everyone know a trailer is just like an OVA from an anime. It's just there to make it look good. You know what I mean? OVAs and animes do the exact same thing. It's not really the overall story, but it's a better version of it. The animation is always top quality, everything's up a notch. But that's what trailers are. It just takes it up a notch so people can go, wow, that looks good. Can't wait to see what the real game looks like later. But people take apart these trailers like it's the life's dependent on it. You know, data miners, you know, that's a computer thing. Like I said, it's always somebody on the computer that's doing this shit. It's like spoiling games for everyone else. It's like I'm going to get all the information and then I'm going to spoil it for everybody else and put my opinion into everyone else's heads. So as a new player, myself, this game is pretty much dead to me due to the fact that there's way too many missions that are fetch quests and there is no progression when you're over leveled. So I've been starting to play on my second account where there's no bonuses, and the ring that I have, I took it off. So I'm getting like 2,000 experience points per mission. So it's taking forever to level up. But guess what? There's an actual challenge now. You know what I'm saying? I actually have a challenge on that build. You know, and I can actually do 2 jobs because each job are the exact same level. When you start with the over level character, I was already level 60 trying to do level 30 character. But it's kind of hard to do level 30s because there are no level 30 missions. When you go out into the world, the fates and all that stuff, everything is up with your main character and not your second character. Now, I'm getting tips that to level up your second character, the best thing to do is just do fates and some kind of dungeons and some other places like that. But again, as a new player, not all those things are fun to people. And that's what every game. People say it's everyone. Well, it's only the everyone that likes that section. Everyone else likes the other section. I don't like that section, so trying to jump in with everybody else is like, what am I doing? What am I really doing? Oh, here it is. Wasn't looking. So I don't know. I'm not sure what to do about this game at this moment. Other than go back and play a whole new account, and hopefully it works out. I feel better about it. Granted, it sucks because I'm going back to an old character on the very first part of the game, you know, Realm Reborn, and I already know what's happening. So doing all these fetch quests is like, oh, I remember this one. I gotta go here, fast travel all over here, and the fact that I don't have any bonuses, I don't get any extra money from doing missions. So buying fast travel parts, fast travel with someone like 800, 600, and all you have is 800, 600, it's like, Jesus, I got a lot of walking to do now because you lost all your bonuses. again, it's this game is a super grind fest. Either you can play it normal and go through the grind that way, but it's going to force you to like the story. Not not force you to like the story, but it's going to force you to pay attention to the story because you can't go any further. You can't go any faster than the story. So you have to pay attention to the story. But if you over level, you can skip some of the story because you're already past that part. At least not until Heaven's Ward. You can skip all the damn story in the beginning. You can learn about some of the characters that will show up later. But the Realm Reborn is cheese compared to Heaven's Ward. But to get to Heaven's Ward, you gotta go through a hell of a lot to even get to this one section of the game. I am sorry about that, guys. Distractions here. Um, so you gotta go through a whole lot of sections to get to that part of the game. So what do you do as a new player? Is the only suggestions that I can give is don't listen to me on the last one about using a power leveling system. Don't use the power leveling system. Take the long grind, like the story, hopefully, and you can keep on going and have a good time with this. I had to take. So far it's been a week since I played the last time, and this is where I'm at. I'm stuck on this. I had to count how far I was, and now it's deterring me even more to want to finish it because of knowing that I got 80 something missions to go. And as you can see, this one mission is taking a long time. You know what I'm saying? It's like some of these missions will take you 20, 30 minutes. That's 20, 30 minutes of hell. But again, that is my doing. Do not over level. Do not over level unless you really want to play a second class and try your best to find a way to power, not power level, but to level that up naturally without, because you can't do main story quests. So you gotta do every single, like, you gotta do um, the hunts here. That helps you not over level. Keep saying that. It helps you level up your second character. Um, there's also one thing helps your second character. Um, these two bonuses, these are all dailies. You only do once a day, but all these on your second character will probably help you out on getting your thing up. And of course, I would say dungeons, but most of the dungeons are a higher level than you would be in the beginning. So you could take that as well. But that's the only thing that I could think of. Those are the ways to level up a second class. But again, as a new player, me personally, I don't like dungeons. I don't like any of these. The only thing that's cool about dungeons to me is the animation of the boss. The way the boss attacks, the bosses are cool. Getting to the bosses is boring. To me, getting to the bosses, going through the long dungeons, some of these dungeons are fucking long. Going through the dungeons is boring. There's missions you can do that all you have to do is just fight the boss. And those missions are pretty fun because you just go in and fight the boss, but then you got to worry about um, loading time because you sync up to get into a match and then you're waiting for like 30 minutes to an hour before someone actually joins enough people because some missions you need 12 people or 24 people and those take a long time to do that. You sync up. Online says go find something else to do to level up your second character, but if you don't have a second character and don't want any of the second characters because you don't like them. I tried 3 of them and I don't like them. So you can go through that and try to find a way of leveling up, or you can set the queue, turn YouTube on your phone or your TV. If you're on a PC, turn the TV on, watch the movie until it finally clicks. That's the only option that you can do as well. And of course, some of these missions, main story missions, will throw you into one of those time-gated dungeons because it's part of the story. So be aware of that as well because it can bore the shit out you. super, super bored as shit out you. But yeah, man, that's all I really have to say about this game for now. Uh, is there anything else I can say from a new player's perspective? No, that's it. That's it. I really enjoyed my time with this game. I was hooked. I was really, really hooked into this game until I realized that you don't progress. Now I'm like I don't want to play it anymore. Even my new character, which is further back and on sync, on on level with the MSQ, I really don't want to do it because the MSQ is boring as hell and they're really boring. And a lot of them are fetch quests that are too long when they could just walk next to each other. I mean, swear to God. There's one fetch quest where he's standing here, he'll be like, complaining about something. And then all you gotta do is walk right over here to tell the person that he's complaining about. And he'll say, oh, well, give it back to him. And you'll go right over here. And this person will tell you to go to that person. And that person will tell you come back to this person. Then the mission is over. Way too much. And the little sub story, even though it says main story quest, giving someone a haircut should not be a main story quest. You know what I'm saying? That haircut mission should not be a main story quest. That's just a side quest that they force you to do. And then you just have a bunch of dumb quests that they just force you to do. That doesn't actually mean it doesn't have nothing to do with the main story. Like literally, they're one-time characters. You never see them again. You know what I'm saying? But then again, these are filler. It's like filler, like missions. And then when the DLC is over, they have 3 or 4 chapters of filler episodes, like Dragon Ball. It's like Vegeta saying 5 minutes, and it's really a week for that 5 minutes to end. That's how this game is. You finish the DLC, and then you got a week worth of filler, and then you finally get the next DLC, then another week worth of filler. I mean, it's not that's a metaphor for it. But you're not really playing for a week, but you're playing for a long time, at least 40, 50 hours per section. You know what I'm saying? So, again, this is a long, long grind game. But if you over level, the long grind just you don't want to do it because you're not getting anything. Everything is just underneath you. Everything is an ant. There is nothing in this world that can kill me. There's nothing in the outside world that can kill me. There is nothing in the inside world, in the dungeons that can kill me. There is nothing. I went into some of these hard bosses and extreme bosses, and they don't do any damage to me. None. There are so many times that my team got wiped, and I'm still fighting it by myself. It is crazy how strong you can be way ahead of the game. But that makes it even boring. That makes it boring. All right, y'all. Until next time, I'm gonna go back and play no, I'm gonna go back and play Fallout. I tried Fallout 76 for about maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops, and then I stopped. Cause yes, it's voice dialogue, but it didn't catch my attention. But I watched a couple of episodes of the TV show, and now it got my attention again. So I'm gonna go back and play Fallout Vegas, which I'm pretty sure I'm gonna hate. um, because of one thing that me and a couple of guys were talking about years ago in Microsoft. And I heard another YouTuber talk about it too, which is really cool. The fact that when there's a whole lot of bad press on something, you kind of tend to agree with it just because, or good press, or because so many people are saying it's good, you get put off by it because you don't want to believe the hype. Well, for Fallout, I've heard the hype and I heard the negative. There's just about the same amount on both. So I said, okay, cool. At least it's not all one-sided. Let me try my hand in it and see what I like. As a new player who only knows about the lore but never played the game. I am hoping 76 or Fallout 4, one of them two, have mods, because Skyrim is the only way to play Skyrim is with mods. Skyrim is another boring game. It's a walking simulator. Literally a walking simulator. That's all that is. But with that game, at least the mods, you can do a whole bunch of stuff and make you, yes, you can't die, and with the mods if you want to put certain mods on. But the game is more interesting because the story is interesting. So not dying with the each moment to moment mission is good. It's different. All right, y'all. I'll holler at y'all later with my next video. It will probably be Fallout Vegas or Fallout 4. One of them two. Whatever one can keep my attention. And also, thank you for hanging in to the end, which I'm pretty sure half of y'all didn't, but the ones who did, I really appreciate it. As a video game tester myself, I'm going to start putting a series together of just a new player experience. Every game out there that I can get my hands on, I'm only going to give it 2 hours. Hour to 2 hours tops. Just like I was taught back in the day, if the game does not catch your attention within the first 2 hours, the game is not worth the rest of your time within the next 5 hours. So, I'm going to try to find a bunch of games that I have no clue about because I hate looking reviews. And I'm going to see if that old school mentality for making video games still hangs around till today. Because every video game was made that way. They wanted to catch your attention in the beginning. But now these days, everyone's rushing to get to the end game, but the beginning is trash. Feel me? So we will see. I'm going to do a whole series on that. Well, for one, no one else is doing it. And two, it sounds like fun. I get to try out some new games. You guys have any suggestions? Please put them down in the comment below. Like and subscribe. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.